Welcome back to Debunking More 40k Misinformation and Lies. Today we're talking about the Emperor and the Primarchs. Now, there's a lot of people that haven't been updated on the information about how the Emperor created the Primarchs, stating that the Primarchs are all divisions of the Emperor. Basically, a lot of people believe that the Emperor divided up his soul and basically used that to create the Primarchs. Which, back in the early days of Warhammer, that was a genuine theory. However, with recent story updates and how the Siege of Terra revealed the Primarchs have a mom, that went all out the window. As well as being confirmed by several of the writers like Dan Abnett and Aaron Dembski-Bowden that, no, the Primarchs are their own individuals. Now, the Primarchs were created from three different things coming together. 1. The Emperor pulling a Prometheus and stealing power from the Chaos Gods. Because why would he ever divide up his power when he can just, steal it from somewhere else? 2. Erda, the Primarch's mother, who was also the Emperor's wife, donated her eggs to be inseminated. That's right, the Primarchs are all test tube babies. Which then the Emperor handed all that over to his scientists to begin work on the Primarch Project and the Legion Project. Oh, but the Primarchs are all psychers! They all have psychic or special abilities! Yes, because their mother and father are powerful psychers. Along with some of them being exposed to the warp after the Chaos Gods quickly adopted them and then quickly abandoned them on multiple different planets around the galaxy. Sanguinius didn't get angel wings because the Emperor's DNA. He got angel wings because he went through the warp, his casket was exposed to the energy, and then he wound up on a world that was worse than Fallout. But I totally get why people believed this theory for so long. Because in the early days of Warhammer, and even in the early days of the Horus Heresy books coming out, we didn't have a lot to go on how the Primarchs were even made. It wasn't until the Siege of Terra book Saturnine where we learned about Erda. The Siege of Terra, the literal end of the Horus Heresy. So I totally get how tons of people could miss this. So the Primarchs are not divisions of the Emperor's soul. Now, you can be pedantic as you want and say, oh, well, they're his kids. Technically, there's a little piece of him inside all of them, which, I guess, but they are not literal carbon copies. Even though he really wished they would have been. No one can change my mind on this. The Emperor is a dickhead of a dad. And an even worse ruler on top of that. Again, therapy. Just everyone fucking needs it.